Homer, Alaska. In Homer, Alaska, down on the floats. I got to do a float inspection and make sure everything's in good shape. So I'll do like 4 different ones here. Probably a break in between. I have to do this like once a week and go look for damage and stuff. There's one you probably have seen a lot. It's fairly cold this morning. I think it's like 30. It's been in the 40s all winter, or most of the winter. This is kind of weird. 30, 30 to 40. It's a lot warmer than normal. There's always so much to do. So much stuff that needs repair all the time. So you probably didn't see it a minute ago, but was it back there? Oh, I guess it was back there. Was the Time Bandit. Tide's going out. You can see that wet spot almost up to the top of the beach. So you get up to like 32 feet of tidal change here. Some of the biggest in the world for sure. Susitna, you've probably seen the Kilchers on that boat. There's a pigeon. Dorothea. Last Frontier. So this is just one of the things I have to do once a week, is walk this and go look for more damage. I've been kind of focused on the smaller boat stuff because we have a king salmon fishing derby coming up. So I've been getting ready for that. Tried to do a little gold panning last night, but too much ice in the river. And of course, I do my orthodox readings. Try to do them every night as much as I can. I'm a single guy in Alaska working 2 jobs plus trying to farm. So I try to not burn myself out too much. We work really hard up here. Everything's so damn expensive. It's cool, but it sucks sometimes too. You don't see the part where I'm on my knees for days scraping weeds out of these concrete floats or doing dangerous electrical repairs of stuff that's falling apart. Sinking floats, and then offshore. Try to lift heavy equipment, bolt it together, slides for camel fenders and all that. But yeah, I don't know, it could be worse. At least it's a beautiful place to be doing it at. I'm looking for like an Orthodox wife. There's some otters out there. Kind of hard to see, but I'll have all kinds more otter videos later. It's almost been 17 years me working down here. I'm not sure who that is. Yeah, send her my info. I go to the Old Believer Church up here, which was the Orthodox Church that broke off in Russia in the year 1666. And a lot of them fled into China and then into Brazil, and then eventually into settlements of Alaska. And I'm one of the few first people, or one of the first, maybe I guess the first in Homer that got baptized since they became part of ROCOR, which I really am glad to be a part of. Such good people. So now I got to go over to the other float section. There's the entrance of the harbor over there. China Peak is right over there. That's the head of Kachemak Bay. You can see you're surrounded by mountains and glaciers. And then off that way is Soldovia, Port Graham, and Wallach. Augustine volcanoes over there. Redoubt volcanoes over there. Mount Iliamna's over there. That's one of the oil collection sites, so that they don't dump it. All this scrap metal gets shipped either down to Washington or overseas. Once they have enough, they unload it onto cargo boats or barges and tow it to wherever it ends up getting recycled and reused. So now I'll go over to some of the older wooden floats, the smaller boats. And if you look me up on like Google or whatever, you'll see that I'm the guy that got emu legalized to raise in Alaska. So there's lots of stories about me doing that. And then I have my small farm in Anchor Point. Of course, I struggle. That's why I'm doing caretaking now too on the side. It's just hard to do everything by myself. There's the boat launch over there. Tide's dropping so much. You can see that wet line right there. That's how far it's dropped already. Interesting homemade workboat here. And these boats were handmade by the Russians out in the villages. It's called a dolphin style boat, I believe. And they do long lining and seining, gill netting. It's kind of all-purpose boat. Howdy. Howdy, Bo. This is some of the really old sections of float. We need to start changing these. Over the years, I've put these like different style hinges on here just to make them more sturdy, so they weren't so wobbly when you walk out on them. And then this one was so bad I had to like make up a whole new float last year. So I just built this in the shop and then floated it down here. Some of them had like really long foam billets, and you can see they started to snap off on the inside and float upward, and that's what happened down here. See, that float is already right up underneath the deck boards. Lots of infrastructure to fix. After I get done with doing all these float inspections this morning, of course, make any repairs that I have to. Then I'll go start working on the concrete ones again. Yeah, that's got a busted float under it too. This is a really old section of float I'm going to take on. Attempting to lift it up with air tubs underneath it real soon here. As soon as we get parts. Make it last hopefully a few years longer. This is getting really low and old. Let's see, it's a totally different design than anything else. Put one here before. Yeah. So that's one of the tubs I put underneath there a long time ago. The stiffener, and this is like the high spot on the whole thing pretty much now. So I flip those air tubs upside down and they got a hole in the bottom. And I take a pump and fill it up full of water. And then roll it back over, and I've got long boards bolted to the top of it. Then slide it underneath the dock, and I have an air hose with a fitting hook to it. And then just pump some air into the inside of it. And little by little it pushes the water out the hole in the bottom and starts to lift, and then I can control how much lift I put on it. Because once you lift up something that's been waterlogged for a while, it'll keep lifting as the wood you lifted out dries out. Its water weight adds quite a bit. Like that shifted over to, yep, fix that. So that's what sea otter crap looks like. It's full of shells, crab shells. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put this down for a bit, and I'll wait, and I'll do it again once I get to the other side. So I'll see you guys again in a bit.